What's up, Steven? What's up, Addison? Yeah, let's give it another 2-3 minutes here before we get started, guys. All right, what's up, Audrey? So to tell you what's happening right now, Jen, is that we are following pretty much the protocols that the government is putting out, which is like the phase one and the phase two and so on. As of right now, they're opening up some things on phase one level, which still means they're only gathering about 10 people at a time. Um, so no, the pool is not going to be open anytime soon. We're hoping that we get to phase two within a week or two, but I will all depend on if people are going to be real careful with what they're doing when they go out. I mean, are they still going to wear their mask and make sure they wash their hands? And, we know there's going to be a spike back up. I mean, we're all expecting that, I'm sure, of COVID-19 cases. I think the biggest issue is going to be how the citizens of the state of Georgia behave and react accordingly to prevent the disease from this flu from spreading. Which, if it spreads and all of a sudden a whole bunch of people go back to the hospital, well, phase two is never going to happen, and phase three will never happen. So it all depends on how we take care of ourselves. It's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to wait. Um, No, because I'm looking at my phone too, and I'm looking at my other computers. I don't know if you guys know, but I got my whole life going on right here, right now. So I got many things happening at once. So I'm trying to read a lot of things at once here. So yeah, so Jen, that's where we are right now. We're just waiting to see what's gonna happen, and I'm reading. We just waiting to see what's gonna happen with the how the rebound is gonna be when people are we start getting out, slowly getting out. So we'll see. Tissue or something else, man. All right, guys. So first off, I want to start here. I know it's only four of you guys here right now, but I want to tell you guys that um, only Addison went in online, saw the video, and submitted a response about the technique issue. Come on, Audrey, what happened to you? Why didn't you submit your response? That was also for you. It wasn't just for a senior group. It's all the competitive group. The gold group is part of that, which is your age groupers. So make sure you next time you watch the video and you make your response. Try not to watch it alongside Abby so that you have your own mentality and your own ideas concerning technique, because that's what this exercise is about. This exercise is about developing a technical mentality, so you could be a little more critical of yourself when you're training. When we go back to training, I want you guys to be a little more critical of yourself. Okay. All right. So just make sure next time, like I'm putting another video up this weekend, so that you guys, make sure you go in there, watch, and do your best. Do your best. Oh, and if you want to do it too, go ahead and do it. Steven, you want to do it too? Go ahead and do it as well, bud. Just watch the the video that I'm putting up, and try to figure out if you could pinpoint anything that's wrong technique wise. Okay. If you can't, that's okay. I mean, I'm not expecting you guys to be full-blown coaches, but all I'm trying to do here is to create a technical mentality for you to start judging yourself and your training, and be able to actually give me feedback the way I'm expecting it for you to give it to me when you get older. So the more you understand the techniques, the more you understand what I'm looking for, the more you're going to try to emulate it when you're swimming, when you're practicing. So that's the idea behind this exercise of watching this video. So when you watch the video, go back to the website. Again, it's swimdcs.com. You go to competitive edge, and you just go to the Google form, and you just fill out the information what you think the swimmer can do better. Two critics. You got to critique him twice. If you want to do more than that, that's fine. And try to give him two compliments. Compliments are easy because they're going to be world record holders and great swimmers. But if you could find little things that you think they could do better, now that is awesome. Okay. So again, guys, this exercise is for you guys too. It's not only for the seniors. So make sure you're doing it. And Audrey, I know Abby's doing it, but you have to do it apart from her. And Owen, I will also say do it apart from your sisters. Do it on your own and come up with your own technique critiques and compliments. There's no grade to this. It's just trying to develop a different ability, a different thinking ability. Okay. So Addison, you said you only saw 2 underwater kicks in the freestyle. So I'm going to explain this to you, Addison, on why. One reason is a distance event. Okay. You got to understand it's a 400 IM. So immediately when you think 400 IM, you guys just think, oh my God, that's death. Right? You guys probably just think that's death, and that's what's going on. So when you see that, I want you to try to understand that it's not necessarily that he did something wrong, is his game plan to be able to finish strong. Okay. If you actually watch Katie Ledecky swim the mile, she does 1 kick. Okay. So when you do distance events, it's not necessarily about doing 4, 5, 6 kicks. It's about maybe doing 1 kick or 2 kicks. So he has to learn and comprehend how to game plan the race so he could finish the best possible. Okay. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to do 2 kicks on a distance event. In a sprint event, it's about getting a couple of 4 or 5 kicks, but quicker kicks. Okay. And that's the thing. The senior group pointed out one thing, which was great, that his underwater kicks, started from above, from the top, you know? And they said, well, I thought it's supposed to start from your core. Well, the reality is in distance swimming, you could bring 2 bigger kicks as long as you're transitioning in a smooth breakout to the surface of the water. If my arm is the water, you want to transition smoothly and not vertically to the breakout, if that makes sense. Okay. So again, it depends on the race that you're training and what you're aiming for. So when I say, or Coach Lindsay says, all right, guys, we're going to do 1050s on 40, and I want you to hold pace, immediately in your head, that means distance or mid distance. Okay. Which means you trying to hold pace and trying to be the best you can consistently, which it might be 2 kicks, it might be 3 kicks, it might be 4 kicks. You might start off 2 kicks all the way to the 850, and then 50 number 9, 50 number 10, you switch over to 4 or 5 kicks to bring it home faster. Okay. So just understanding training. And that's why I'm doing this exercise with you guys. Okay. The other thing you said, Addison, was he breathed on the first stroke off the wall, then on every other stroke during the freestyle. And again, when we're talking about distance events, breathing on the first stroke, I always disagree with that. I think if you could get rid of that in a distance event, will be awesome. It's one of the toughest things to do, especially when we're talking about a game plan for a long event. Okay, so in a long event, it's you have to look at the transitioning of momentum from wall to wall, and how to sustain your energy so you could bring it home later on at the end of the race. Okay, so was breathing in the first stroke wrong for him? Can he improve on that? Yes, but was anything wrong with the actual breakout? Because usually what happens when you breathe on the first stroke is, you guys, when you breathe on the first stroke, you're coming in here, you're trying to breathe on the first stroke, you go vertical to breathe on the first stroke. If you actually see Seto Dea, when he took a breath on the first stroke, he took a breath and came back in. He was smooth to that breakout. He wasn't vertical. So Audrey, if you actually look at your sister when she swims a distance event and she takes that breath on the first stroke, it's vertical. She's not breaking out smooth to the surface. She's breaking out vertical. Okay. And that's the biggest problem with breathing on the first stroke. But if you're able to actually transition correctly, you could do a breathing on the first stroke. Okay. But it takes training. It takes time. All right. And then you said, let's see, on the wall, he took a stroke. Okay. So breathing every stroke. That's a game plan thing. Every 2 strokes, he was breathing. Again, it's a 400 IM. It's a tough event. Okay, so he has to be able to finish that race, and if he's able to breathe every 4, 5, 6, that'll be awesome. In a sprint event, in a 200 free, maybe in 100 free, you breathe a little less. Some people actually breathe every stroke in a 100 free. What you call it? Nathan Adrian was one of those guys who took a breath every stroke. But again, that's the quick breath, right? You got to work with the quick breath. So you got to make sure that you understand game planning. And depending on what you're training for or what the purpose of the practice that myself or Coach Lindsay put up, you got to make sure you focus on that. Okay. All right. The other thing, let's see, the compliments that Addison, that you give out to Dea Seto was his breakouts further in fly. Yes, his breakouts in the fly were absolutely phenomenal. His underwater work was amazing. It's all right. Hey, what's up, Charlie? And he glides in the breast. Okay. So yeah, the gliding in the breast for the 400 IM is a huge thing. Okay. It's a huge, huge thing for in the breaststroke and the 400 IM. You want to be able to glide, and you want to be able to actually feel that power, that strength going through. So, and the seniors pointed out one thing that I want you guys to start thinking about as young swimmers is game plan wise. The senior said, man, he could have kicked harder in the fly and back. But game plan wise, Dea Seto, in my opinion, his game plan was save his legs to be able to finish the race with his legs. That doesn't mean that the fly in the backstrokes, his legs wasn't a strong kick. He had a powerful kick, but it wasn't like this aggressive, crazy kick in the backstroke. He was just making sure he's using a lot more upper body in his fly and back than he did with the breast and free. He used a lot more legs. Even though his arms were still there, he was doing the work, but the legs finished the race for him. Okay? That's why, like I tell you guys, what's the secret of speed? The secret of speed is range, rhythm, relaxation, and kicking. Kicking is very important. Okay? Kicking is one of the most important things in swimming. All right? So, again, guys, these exercises is for you to create that technical mentality for your training. Okay? So you could absolutely understand a little more how to train better and how to create new game plans alongside myself and Coach Lindsay, so we could be the best swimmer that we could be. Okay? All right. All right. So that's that one. I hope you guys saw the videos, the motivational videos. I think those were good. The video of Admiral McRaven was an awesome video that pretty much states like, look, start by doing something that you know gives you success, as fixing your bed. Making sure your bed is all neat and tidy when you wake up, and brushing your teeth, whatever it is, that's a success. You when you begin your day with success, success carries through to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Organize your life and you will see how you will be successful. Okay, so as young kids, start with small things, start being successful, and let the success carries from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Okay. All right. And if you saw the other one, which is outwork everyone, the truth is, if you want to be great in whatever you want to do, you have to outwork everybody. You have to be the best. If somebody's putting in 2 hours of swimming, of good swimming, you got to put in 2 hours of great swimming. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to swim 3, 4, 5 hours, but you have to really think and really put the work that you need to put in. And that's where it comes to, like, you have to enjoy the pain and you have to enjoy your sport. Like I told the seniors earlier, you guys heard the talk that said the saying that says, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Okay, if you truly want to be great in the sport of swimming, you have to enjoy the process, the training, working hard, pushing through the pain. You have to build yourself up when you fail. Failure is an opportunity to learn, and failure is not an opportunity to make excuses. I tell that to my son all day. When you fail, when you do something bad or whatever it is, you should learn from it and not make excuses for why you did it or what happened. Always learn from your mistakes. Always learn from your failures. Always learn from the things that you do, because you will always try to aim to be better if you try and learning as much as possible. Abraham Lincoln's quote, 95% of the time you will learn what not to do from others. 5% of the time you learn some good stuff. Okay, so again, really, really learn as much as possible from whatever you do. And learn to listen, guys. Listening is very important. Learn to listen to your mom, your dad, your coaches, your teachers. Learn to listen, not hear them, because we hear a lot. I told this to the seniors before. We hear a lot. We hear a lot. Everybody's talking and we hear a lot, but we don't listen, because listening requires you to actually process and learn a little bit and understand what they're saying. Because even if they're saying something wrong, you're learning something new, even if it's something wrong. Okay? So again, learn how to listen and try listening more than just hearing. All right, guys? So there's not many of you here. I wish we had more people here. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm gonna tell you something right now, parents. I hope you with your kids, because this is important. It's something I think you guys will talk with your kids about. I'm not gonna do abs today. I'm not in the real mood to do it. The caps that we have, these caps that we have, I told the seniors earlier, the Born to Swim caps. A friend of mine has started this company alongside another friend of his. A friend of mine that I didn't, he was a senior when I was coming in as a freshman. Okay. I hope you could hear me now. But he was a senior. He graduated when I came in as a freshman. He stuck around for a year, and I got to meet him very well. And we got together, and he was the one who started this company. And I got with him last year, a few months ago, when we got these caps. And I found out this morning that he passed away. It was crazy, and it was sudden. And you know, um, he he was such a good guy, such a good dude, and I always make mistakes. So parents, please be with your kids right now and explain this to them. Just make sure you always letting everyone know that you I hope they're okay. You miss them, you love them, you know, treat them well, all that good stuff. Okay, it's difficult times and things happen sometimes that we don't understand, and um, I just want to let you guys know that everything is good. I'm all right. It's just I'm a little down. It's kind of weird that something that I do wrong in my life a lot is not connect with people that I know. I so involved in my life in in coaching and doing all these things that I forget. I forget to say hello to friends that I met years ago. I forget to reach out and say, "Hey, how you doing? Hope everything's okay." Um, so I'm gonna skip abs today, but I just want to make sure you guys know that it's not because I don't want to do it. It's I'm not in a real mood here, so I'm trying to put as much prayers for his wife and his three girls that he left behind. Um, he was a young man; he was only 40 years old, and things happen. But you know, I'm sure the best will happen here. So, anyways, make sure parents you explain this to your kids. Explain what's going on. It's life is that way, and it's important for us to make sure everybody knows. So, but Born to Swim, that was his brand, and we were part of that. We were part of helping him develop something great. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. Other than that, guys, so I'm gonna update on the challenges, guys. Oh yeah, the challenges I put up on the website. Okay, the competitive edge challenges. Do the challenges. It doesn't matter if you don't beat me, or you beat me, or you try to compete, try to race, try to push yourself, because that's another aspect of the training that we're doing, is trying to push ourselves and keep that training competitive mentality. The challenges are not just for the seniors. I want you age groupers to get on it too. All right. So I'm gonna update. I'm gonna send new videos over the weekend. I'm gonna do a new challenge over the weekend. There's gonna be a new technique challenge for you to criticize and compliment, and new motivational videos for you to watch. But you guys stay good. Make sure you tell your parents that you love them, and everyone that your grandparents and stuff like that, and parents, your friends and stuff. Just let them know that I hope everything's okay. Um, you just never know when something like this could happen. But we live in DCS life, we're working hard, we do our best, and that's what we could do, and that's all we could do, really. Wish each other the best of luck, and keep fighting, keep working hard, and hopefully we'll be back in the pool soon. We're waiting to see what happens, but slowly but surely. Okay, guys, slowly but surely. I hope you guys understand, and you know hope everything will be all right. Okay. Other than that, guys, much love to all of you guys, and I'm proud of everyone. Let's put a little more work. I want to see some more technique stuff. Only Addison answering the technique question is not what I expected. I want you guys to get involved too, because I want to create that training. Okay. All right. So do some abs with your parents, and I'll see you guys Monday with a brand new ab set. Okay. Bye, guys.